Hey everyone, Joe here. Well, today I thought I'd try to answer a question that gets asked quite often, and that is, what aperture should I use to take portrait photos? And well, the honest answer is that's up to you. But there's a few things you might want to consider before making your choice what aperture to use. And one of those is technical, and the other is creative. So let's first go over the technical. Okay. Now, what I mean by technical is your lens sharpness, and what is your equipment, what is the best aperture to use for your lens. And for example, the 17-70 contemporary here from Sigma, I have at f2.8. It's the lens, at least on the widest end, is kind of soft. It really is. You can't really use f2.8 on this lens. However, by the time you stop down to f6.3, it gets pretty sharp from corner to corner. And that holds out pretty good throughout the entire zoom range on this lens, up to about 70, where around f7.1 is about the sharpest you're going to get on this lens. And it's actually really sharp for that. Okay, now the other is the Canon 50mm STM I have here. Now this lens has fast aperture of f1.8. However, it's really not that usable at f1.8. You got to stop down to at least f2.8 to really get into the sharpness of this lens where it starts to shine. And it holds up really good to about f6.3. So, your technical answer is use whatever is sharpest for your lens. Okay, now there's a creative answer. And that is it's really up to you as a photographer when you're going to take your photos to choose what aperture you want to get the best depth of field or the most shallow depth of field that you want. Now, a lot of times when people take indoor portrait stuff, especially on full frame, they want to use around an f8. That way you get the eye, the nose, and pretty much past the ear here just a little bit in good focus. And now while the eye is the only part that's going to be truly in most focus, and that's the one you got to be most concerned about, you still get enough depth of field at f8 to get at least the ear in to appear fairly sharp enough. That means on a crop sensor, you can probably use around f6.3 to f7.1 and still get similar depth of field. At least around f6.3 should be pretty close. Now, when you go to take outdoor portraits, you don't always want everything in focus, and that because everything in focus can make the image look very busy, and that's something you might want to consider. So it really depends on the photographer. What do you want? Do you want stuff outdoors in focus? Do you don't want them in focus? How much depth of field do you want when shooting indoors? It's like I said, it's really up to you, your lighting conditions, what your equipment can do, and you as a photographer to choose. So that's my answers on this. I know it's kind of vague, what to use. What I'll say is indoors, like I said, I use f6.3 to f7.1 on my Canon 70D with this Sigma 1770 here. And that's my main go-to lens in my small studio. However, when I go outdoors, I like to get my Canon 85mm and crank it about f2.8. And that gives me a nice blurry background, nice good compression, without making the image too busy. Because I really don't like busy images. I want the people, when they see the portraits, to focus more on the person in the image and not everything around it. However, there are times when you may want other stuff in the image in focus. So like I said, it's up to you as the photographer to choose. But anyway, that's my answer for this. I hope it helps you out, helps you decide what to shoot with. Like I said, when you get these lenses right here, hop on DxOMark, check, find your lens, find your camera, compare them up, and see what the best sharpness range is on the lens, I guess you could say. Where the peak sharpness is. Then work out your decision from there. And anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it helps everybody out. I know it's kind of vague, but that's the only real answer you can get with it. Try to do what you can with what you got. And anyway, that's it for this video. If you like this video, think it's helpful, how about a thumbs up? Thumbs up is always highly appreciated. If you haven't been subscribed to my channel yet, please take time to subscribe. Subscribing is free. It's for you to let you know when I release more videos. Until next time, everyone, thank you for watching.
one more chance.